the next video what we've selected is at the right time now. In the next week and a couple of weeks ahead, you're going to have the exams coming up for the degree folks, and this video is more to do with anyone who's going to write an exam, whether it's PUC or degree or masters. This video will really help you in getting away from the exam fear. Now, what I've done is I'm going to give you 3 important pointers of getting away from exam fear. Now, the first one is, have you ever thought that when you've gone to an exam hall, you've studied a lot, and then when you come there, you have a blackout. You completely lost it. You see a black image and you're not able to write your exams. That's one thing. So that's one thing I'm going to talk about. The second one is, you have really studied well, and then when you go write your exam, the marks of what you get, it does not translate to what you've studied. So that's the second one, what I'm going to tell you how you can come out of it. And the third one is, always we have seen that during an exam, it's an exam is nothing but a test of your time and confidence. Confidence you will have, but you might not have the time. So time management is the third one. So on time management, I've already given a video, so you can go ahead and see that. But the first 2 points, the blackout and how you need to get that extra marks for what you've studied. These 2 are the points what I'm going to discuss. Okay. Now first, let's go into the blackout. Now, during our days, we had the time where we could study little, and then when we went to the exam hall, we had a blackout because we've studied little. Okay, that was the trend then. But today's generation is that you know a lot of things. In your palm, you have a lot of things, data available. So you study too much, and then when you go to the exam hall, you have a blackout. Now, the trick is very simple. You have to try it, be it any religion you are, try this out and it will really help you. I've been doing it during my college days, and now during my corporate days, I'm just doing it weekly 2-3 times, but it is really helping me, and I think it will help you all as well. Now, what I need from y'all is nothing but 360 seconds or 5 minutes of your valuable time in a day. I would need y'all to go anywhere, wherever you want, but you need to close your eyes and meditate. Now, when I say meditate, it means you have to just close your eyes for 5 minutes, and initially when you're doing it, you'll have a lot of distractions coming into your mind. All those have to get filtered and it has to get blackout. Now, trust me, if you try this for 3 to 4 days or 1 week, the second week what happens is your mind is really energized and you can take in a lot of load, and that particular blackout scene will never come. And I've tried this, it has really worked wonders, and I would only encourage you all to do it. It's pretty simple. Just go sit in any place, wherever you are, any position, on a chair, on the floor, wherever you want, but it has to be a place where you can close your eyes and get disconnected from this entire world. Usually what I do is I go to a temple and then I sit there and meditate, or a park, I go sit there and then do meditate. So wherever you are, whichever place you feel is silent, just go sit there, 5 minutes meditate, and then you will see wonders happening. So that's on the first one. Now the second one is, always we have thought that you've studied really well for the exam, but when you go and write the exam, you're going to get less marks. You're lining up somewhere near, say, 50 or 60. Why is that happening? For that, I have an answer for you. Now, I've told you that an exam is a test of time and confidence. Now, time management is already taken care of. Confidence is the next one. Now, what happens is, the human psychology is that if you know something well, what happens is the confidence builds, it carries on. But if you don't know something well, what happens is the confidence goes down. That is exactly what you have to translate into your paper. Now I'll give you an example. Let's take, you have 4 sections, A, B, C, D in a particular paper. Section A has 10 questions, okay, 1 to 10 you have. You need to answer 6 questions. Now what people do, the student community does is, 99.99% I've seen students giving me this answer, I do this. That's exactly wrong what they're doing. What they do is, they go to section A, first question, they answer. Second, they answer. Third, they answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They finish their 6 questions, go to the next section. Now what happens here is the trick. Okay, Now what you have to do is nothing but you have to read from the first to the 10 questions. You need to read it properly, and in this 1 to 10 you will for sure know few questions which you know 100% of that question you know to answer. You have to attempt that particular question first. So you have to write section A. If you know the 10th question 100%, full answer you know, write the 10th question and then write the answer for it. Then when you are reading, you have the 7th question which you know 100%. Right? Question number 7, write the answer for it. Now once you do this, what happens is, in your brain automatically it expands and it helps you to build that confidence, and automatically whatever you have learned which is there in your subconscious mind comes out, and then you start doing it really well. Okay? Now this you will have to try not only for section A, B, C, D, whatever sections are there. Try this out and then you will definitely get your marks or whatever score, your grades for what you have studied. If you have studied for 40, you should be less of 5 and plus of 5. That's all, not more. If you have studied for 90, it's 85 or 95. That's it. So you should not have a variation of you studied for 90 and you got 40. Okay. Now you try this method and then you will definitely succeed. Okay. Now let me reiterate. The answer what you know really well, that you will answer first by that particular section. Okay. And then go to the next question. Again in that section which you know really well, you will write. Couple of universities give you that 15 minutes reading time, and this time is kept for that purpose. So if you don't have that time, you have that 3 hours time or 2 hours paper what you're going to write, please go ahead and do that. Okay. Now these two things if you follow, and the time management, trust me, nobody can stop you in your exam. And that part of exam fear, your fever and all those things will get away. Okay.